Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Moving up with the McClets.
Moving on up.
And my name is Joseph.
And I'm Cherie.
And thank you for joining us today. We deeply appreciate it. And for everybody that has been supporting the videos over the last number of months, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're driving our channel subscribership up, and we're getting a lot of views on our videos, and we really appreciate it. Now, today, we have a second installment of our future potential retirement locations. And we want to share with you all a new location that we are thinking about potentially retiring in the next 10 to 15 years.
And that would be
Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
So Punta Cana, it is a beautiful region in the easternmost point of the Dominican Republic. It's the second most popular tourist destination in all of Latin America and known for its white sandy beaches and warm weather, and boasts over 1,000 miles of coastline. So all them beaches, get your tan on.
Get your beach body ready.
Tight and right.
Tight and right. Now, if you're not familiar with the Dominican Republic, Spanish is the official language and is very well known for its merengue and bachata. And if you are a fan of Major League Baseball, then you know that the Dominican Republic produces some of the world's best baseball players that eventually end up in Major League Baseball.
Okay, so weather in the Dominican Republic. So for those of you who love warm tropical weather, this was definitely a place for you. You know, as you get older, your bones start to creak, and you just need that humidity. You can feel when the rain is coming, when it's going to get cold, because your bones let you know. So
You feel that wind.
exactly, you need a warm tropical place. The Dominican Republic is perfect.
Yeah.
The weather varies from about 72 to 88 degrees most of the year, which is crazy and amazing. It's a tropical wet and dry climate. The hot and humid season is between May through October. So if you're looking for kind of a cooler temperature, I would suggest going between November through April. Now, the cost of living. That's mainly what everyone wants to know when you're moving out of the country or you're moving to a different location. It's basically, how far will my money go?
Yep.
Right? So, cost of living in the Dominican Republic for about a cool $1,200. That allows for you to live comfortably. So renting, if you wanted to rent a one bedroom in the city center, that would be about $583 a month. I can't even fathom these prices.
Whoa.
And if it's not in the city center, about $300 a month.
Yeah.
I could tell you, $300 a month would probably be a closet. No, I correct that. $1,000 a month would probably be a closet in California. But I digress. So if you wanted to rent a three bedroom in the city center is about $1,000 a month, whereas outside of the city center it's about $580, so close to $600. But either of those are still fantastic.
Yeah.
And on a $1,200 month budget, you could squeeze that in there comfortably.
Yeah.
So
now, especially comparing to the cost of living here in the Bay Area, $1,000 for a studio is even rare nowadays.
Yes.
Right? So to think that $1,200 per month can get you a lot compared to here, that's something to think about.
definitely. Now, if you wanted to own, you could find probably a good 1 to 2 bedroom condo for about $145,000, which is really good. And if also if it's in the city center. If it's outside the city center, probably about $71,000. So that's definitely something to think about.
Now, something to think about if you're planning to purchase property there in the city center or outside is the interest rate. They are currently looking at a 6 to 12% interest rate for 20 years of financing.
Woo.
So when you think about purchasing property and how much it's going to cost you, you have to factor that in. So now let's get into the conversation about utilities. So as part of your cost of living, we know that we have to pay for stuff that's going to keep us alive. And part of that is your utilities. So we're talking about heating, air, cooling, gas, garbage, all of that stuff. So on a monthly basis, you're looking at about $62 per month for utilities. And if you want to use the public transportation, which you can purchase a monthly pass for about $27.50. So if you think that that's going to be the best way to get around the city, then that might be what you're going to look into buying. If you are not going to use public transportation and you're going to use your vehicle, then you better be prepared to spend over $4 a gallon on gas, which currently is less than it is here in the United States, where as of the recording of this video, we are now looking at gasoline prices per gallon in the Bay Area over $6 a gallon. So $4.18 thereabouts doesn't seem so bad.
It sounds pretty good.
Sounds real good, right? So think about how that's going to play a factor in the decision making about your transportation. Now, if we're talking about leisure activities, things to do for fun, of course, some of the most common things that people like to do is go out to eat. And so if you're looking at going to a location that is not that expensive, then you're probably going to be spending around $10 a meal, or at least $10 per person per meal.
Yeah.
And that's, again, for something that's not that expensive. But if you're looking at something that is a lot more expensive, something that you might want to splurge or treat yourself to, then you're looking at about $60 per couple. Now, again, that's a little bit more on the upscale side of things, but if you're trying to treat yourselves and, hey, you're retired, that might be a consideration. You might want to do that.
You got to add that in there too.
Yes. Now, if you are more of the dinner and a movie type of person, then you're looking at possibly going to dinner and then going to the movie theaters for about another $5 per person. And so that's something to think about as well. So thinking about your lifestyle, thinking about your leisure activities, thinking about the things you like to do, those are just a couple prices on some leisure activities.
Yes. And that $5 movie ticket, that sounded real good because $13, $14, $15 for a movie ticket.
Yeah.
And $12 for kids. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. And that's even on the discount days.
Yes.
Now, if you're the workout type, or you're into fitness, which again, doesn't matter what time of your life that you retire, you got to keep your fitness on, you got to stay healthy, right? Health is wealth. Then you're looking at the possibility of joining a fitness club for about $50 a month. And currently, you said you're paying about how much?
I mean, I'm paying like $40, so the $50, it was a little expensive. But, you know, you may have to research that and see if there's maybe a gym that has more locations as opposed to maybe just a, you know, boutique type gym where it's one and done.
Yeah.
So that might be the reason that it was a little bit more expensive. But like I said, if they have multiple locations, they might be cheaper and might be able to work with you.
Yeah.
So what is the process for obtaining residency in the Dominican Republic? The Dominican Republic will allow any person to retire in the country who can show proof of monthly pension plus an additional $250 for each person. So the process will begin in the Dominican Republic Embassy in your home country. And they'll ask you to provide a range of documentation, proof of income, retirement benefits, and you have to make no less than $1,500, as well as, like I mentioned before, an additional $250 for each person who is going to be coming with you. Upon approval, you will be given a residence visa. You have up until 90 days to upgrade that to a temporary residence. And with your temporary residence, you can obtain a Dominican identification card. Every year, you have to renew that. And after 4 years, the residence becomes permanent.
Now let's talk about taxes. Everybody's favorite subject. If you are planning to live in the Dominican Republic for more than 182 days and earn an income while you are there, then you are considered a resident. And at that moment, you are subject to various forms of taxes. Now, this is important to think about. At this moment, the Dominican Republic has no tax treaty with the United States, which means that you might be subject to paying taxes not only there, but also here in the United States. So as long as you are earning income, you might be paying taxes in both countries.
Yes. Or your home country if you do not live in the United States.
Correct. Which, of course, you then want to check to find out what those laws are with your home country outside of the U.S. Now, if you ever plan on purchasing property and selling it, or renting it out. Something that you may want to think about is the fact that you would be subject to a 27% capital gains tax if you were to sell, or if you were planning to rent out that property, you'd be subject to a rental income tax of 27%. So before you go off and start buying property and selling it and flipping it and renting it out, think about the implications that that could have on your lifestyle and your income. Now, a good thing about purchasing property is the fact that in the Dominican Republic, property taxes are exempt up to $144,000, which is pretty amazing, right? And anything over $144,000, that property tax is now 1%. So you're looking at only paying 1% on property that is valued over $144,000 of purchase, which might be a trade-off that could work in your benefit. But again, think about those things before you make those decisions and do your own research.
Yes. And consult with your financial advisors in regards to taxes.
Which we are not.
And last, we're going to talk about healthcare, which in most places is one of the things you're going to be spending the most money on once you retire.
Yep.
So in the Dominican Republic, they have a 3-tier healthcare system, and expats would fall into the 3rd tier, which is the contributive subsidized tier. So that is for those who make above the national average, and that's basically where expats will fall, since they have to have a minimum of at least $1,500 a month. In this category, you will have to purchase private healthcare insurance, and that could be somewhere around up to $200 a month, which is still pretty good considering if we were to try to purchase our own healthcare in the United States right now, we would probably be looking at for a family of 5 about $2,000.
Yes.
Granted, we are looking at down the line where hopefully our children have their own healthcare insurance and we're just focused on us. Try to find something a little bit cheaper, and $200 is pretty good. So we hope we have provided you with some information to at least start your research on potential places to retire for yourself or for you and your family. And what we're providing today is not necessarily for a family. It's more so for us when we start our retirement journey. Drop a comment down below if there's a place that you want us to potentially look into and, just provide some information on. And all the numbers that we have obtained are from numbo.com, and we'll make sure to drop a link down for that website down below.
And again, this is just one location that we have visited that we would really consider going back and visiting again before making a final decision. And just like the video that we made about Malaga, it's definitely a location that we would consider moving to in our retirement years. And it might not be for 10 or 15 years from now, but it's definitely something that we are considering.
All right, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Once again, let us know if there's any potential retirement locations you want us to look into, or just places that you think are pretty cool that you would want to retire in. All right, and as always, keep moving up with the McClets.